How would you like to save hundreds of dollars? Yes. Thank you. My name is Matthew Magne. I'm going to talk about rules for road warriors, and I'm going to provide some time savings, cost savings, and stress-reducing tips for travel. So just a little bit about my background. I'm a solution architect for SAS, a software company up in Cary. I did work for IBM for a while. This is my Facebook map of check-ins over the last 2 years. So I do a little bit of traveling, and I want to try and take some of what I've learned and kind of share it with you today. So quick agenda, what we're going to go through. A quick, very brief history, some of the challenges we face when we travel, some of the rules that I'm going to go through. I'm broken into 5 phases: prepare, fly, connect, focus, and then a call to action. That's a fast slide, huh? So briefly, Columbus, 1492, thereabouts. Took 2 months to get from Europe to the New World. Okay, scurvy, not a fun trip. The Titanic, they were trying to beat the 7-day cross-Atlantic record. Today, arguably, travel it's faster, but it's arguably less or more stressful, right? There's a lot of people, there's security. It's very challenging to get from point A to B. So hopefully some of the things I talk about will help you guys get through with less stress. Okay, so first thing is prepare stage. These are just some of the Facebook apps that I use when I'm preparing for a journey. So things like Killing Time, everyone's got Angry Birds, Catching a Movie, Flight Status, Restaurants, Urban Spoon. But Kayak is what I want to drill into. Kayak is an app that allows you to drill in to neighboring airports for destinations, and it'll tell you how many seats are left and the pricing, so you can get a great price. And then if you go to the website, you can look at across different days, so you get the matrix, which I think is really helpful. The alternative is you have to do it in Expedia. So when I travel, I pack light, right? My laptop bag on the left, the Swiss Gear 16-inch for $90 at Target on the right. And the whole goal is to not have to gate check your bags, right? Because when you're connecting, you don't want to miss your connection. And then when you pack, I pack minimalist running shoes. And you should read this book if you want to know why. But why I pack that is it's 4 to 8 ounces. It's much lighter and it's easier to pack. That's a great book, by the way. There we go. So other thing is never check your luggage. This is what happens when you check your luggage. The other piece of it is that you can't, it's much more difficult. You reduce your agility because you can't change to earlier flights if you check your luggage. So that's why the other slide is important. First rule of travel, if you could take the corporate jet, take the corporate jet. The pilot of this flight took my bags on board. I didn't have to turn my iPhone off and on for takeoff and landing. I didn't have to go through security. I didn't have to go through customs. I didn't have to take my shoes off. It was amazing. It's all BS what we go through in security. If you can't take the jet, fly ILM. It's like having your own personal jet service with direct travel to 4 or 5 major cities. So when you're there, make sure that you don't have to take your belt off. I don't know if you know that, but you don't have to take your belt off at ILM. So that's another tip. The other tip is when you connect, do not go through Philly, which I'm doing tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. You should always go through Charlotte because it's a 40-minute flight and it'll connect you anywhere in the world. When you do connect through Charlotte, you want to go to Tequilaria because for $12 you can get a chicken enchiladas and a beer in and out in 10 minutes. So it beats some of the other fast food stuff. And that's me running from C to E about once a week. The next tip is if you travel more than once a month, make sure that you belong to a club. I belong to US Air Club. It can cost as little as $200. It's like a library in the airport with free food, free magazines, and sometimes free beer. So highly recommended if you travel a lot. The other piece of this is when you're connecting and you need to kill some time, it took me years to do this, but when I finally did it, take your 2-year beat up old shoes and turn them new. And right there, this one tip is hundreds of dollars right here in shoes. But they look like new. The other piece is focus that I want to talk about. So whenever I travel, I always stay at a Hilton. And that means that when I go to Puerto Rico with my family, I don't pay for the hotel. This is the Il Conquistador. This is the nicest place that I've ever stayed. The Palomino Island off there is the private island of the hotel. Highly recommended. National Emerald Club, same thing, focus. You get, here you buy a mid-sized vehicle, you can get a Prius, an F-150. The commercials are completely true. So now you've gone through this whole process and you're dropping off your rental car and you can't remember which side of the car the gas tank is on. This little arrow right here tells you which side of the gas tank it's on. I did not know this for 41 years. So right there, another $100 in late fees you saved. So just in summary, I just hope that some of these tips really helped you, help to reduce your stress in your travel, and thank you for your time today.